Welcome to Monte RV, where the open road meets comfort, freedom, and a little adventure in every mile. Every set of keys we hand off opens the door to something unforgettable, whether it's your first trip or your 50th. We've spent over 50 years helping travelers hit the road with confidence, and now we're here to walk you through the essentials so you can make the most of every stop, every turn, and every moment in between. Let's start with the sliding door, your main entry into the Class B RV. You can open it manually, but the key fob is your best friend on the road. Press unlock once to open the front doors, and twice to unlock both the sliding and rear doors. Here's a quick tip. Watch the exterior indicator lights when locking up. One long flash means everything's secure. Several quick flashes usually means a door's still open, often the sliding or rear, so it's worth a second look. And once you're parked, there's a built-in fly screen at the sliding door. Just pull it across and zip it shut to let the breeze in and keep the bugs out. Now let's take a look at the rear of the vehicle. Open the back doors to access some of your key outdoor utilities. On the inside panel, you'll find a 12-volt outlet and a 120-volt power outlet. Keep in mind, the 120-volt outlet only works when you're connected to shore power or if the generator is running. If you're off-grid without either, that outlet won't be active. Just below, you'll notice the furnace vent. This area gets hot when the furnace is on, so make sure not to block it. You also have a handheld outdoor shower with a quick connect hose. To use it, just plug in the hose and make sure the water pump is turned on. There's a dedicated switch right here at the rear for convenience. And finally, take a moment to check out the rear storage compartments. Perfect for hoses, power cables, or other gear you'll need on the road. When you shift into reverse, the screen in the cab automatically switches to your rear-view camera, giving you a live feed of what's behind the RV. It's especially helpful when backing into campsites or maneuvering in tight spaces. Just keep in mind, like any camera, it doesn't cover everything. Blind spots still exist. For the safest move, always have someone step outside to guide you with hand signals. A second set of eyes goes a long way. Your Class B RV comes equipped with a generator, located underneath the vehicle. It may be a bit hard to reach, but it's important to know where it is in case you need to access it manually. Behind the generator cover, you'll find the breaker switch. It's a small white switch. And the oil dipstick, which is used for checking oil levels during longer trips. While most guests will start and stop the generator using the interior control panel, there's also a manual start-stop switch right on the unit itself for backup. One key thing to remember, the generator will not start if your RV's fuel tank drops below 1/4 full. This safety feature ensures you never run out of fuel completely. If you're planning to use the generator for long periods, say running the AC on a hot day, it's a good idea to check the oil every 8 hours of use. Just remove the dipstick, wipe it clean, check the level, and top it off if needed. It uses the same oil as your engine, so there's no need to buy anything different. On the driver's side of the van, you'll find the freshwater tank filler. It's secured with a small lockbox that opens with the CH751 key provided. To fill the tank, connect your freshwater hose to the campsite spigot, then place the other end into the gravity fill port. Keep an eye on it. Once the tank is full, you'll see water coming out of the overflow near the filler and possibly from underneath the vehicle. That's completely normal. At that point, just turn off the water and disconnect the hose. Right next to the filler is your city water hookup. This is a screw-in connection. When you're plugged into a pressurized city water supply, you do not need to use the water pump. The water will flow directly through the lines. We recommend using the provided water pressure regulator when using city water to prevent damage to your RV's plumbing system. On the driver's side of the van, you'll find the toilet compartment. Use the CH751 key to unlock the door, then open it to access the cassette toilet system. To remove the cassette, lift the latch and pull it out using the handle. Be sure to keep the cassette level at all times. When you're ready to empty the cassette, rotate the pour spout, unscrew the cap, and then press the air release button while pouring the contents into the dump inlet. This helps everything flow smoothly. If needed, you can open the top lid of the cassette to rinse it further. Before reinserting the cassette into the van, always double check that both the lid and internal flap are completely closed. This keeps everything clean, secure, and ready for use. Next, let's walk through how to empty your gray water tank. On the underside of the van, you'll find a small sewer compartment box. Open it to reveal the gray water outlet. The sewer hose is already connected and stored in place for your convenience. To dump the tank, make sure the other end of the hose is securely placed into the dump station inlet. Then pull the gray water valve handle to release the water. You'll hear it flow through the hose. Once it's done draining, push the valve handle back in to close it and store the hose back in the compartment. This system handles water from the sink and shower only, not from the toilet. On the exterior of the van, you'll see a metal vent. This is the exhaust for both the furnace and the water heater, which both run on propane. This vent gets extremely hot when either system is running, so it's important to be cautious around it, especially if you have kids or pets nearby. Never place any items near the vent while in use, and always give it time to cool down before touching or storing anything in the area. Your Class B RV uses a 30 amp shore power connection, which is located on the driver's side of the vehicle. To connect, simply plug the power cord into the RV, then connect the other end to the 30 amp outlet at your campsite. To disconnect, always turn off the power at the pedestal first, then unplug from the outlet, and finally from the RV. We've also included a 30 amp to 15 amp adapter. This allows you to plug into a standard household outlet if needed, like when you're prepping the RV at home. However, it's important to note, the roof air conditioner will not work on 15 amp household power. You'll need a full 30 amp connection to run high demand appliances like the AC. Most full hookup campsites will provide 30 amp power, so the adapter is just for convenience when access is limited. Your propane system powers essential features like the furnace, stove, and water heater, and the switch can stay on while you're on the road to keep everything running smoothly. That said, always turn the propane off when refueling at a gas station or boarding a ferry. And keep in mind, some tunnels don't allow vehicles carrying propane at all, even if it's turned off. Watch for posted signs and follow any local restrictions. If you need a refill, most U-Haul locations and many gas stations or campgrounds offer propane service. Here's your fuel filler. Before you start filling up, turn off the house battery switch and the generator, as well as the propane valve. A key safety step to avoid any electrical sparks near fuel vapors. This RV runs on gasoline only. Never use diesel. Use a minimum of 87 octane unleaded fuel. After filling, be sure to twist the gas cap a few full turns until it's tight. That helps ensure a proper seal and keeps the system running smoothly. Let's take a quick look at the driver's controls. This RV has an automatic transmission. No clutch, no manual shifting, just two pedals, the accelerator and the brake, both operated with your right foot. To shift gears, turn on the engine and press the brake pedal firmly. Then pull the gear selector towards you and move it into R for reverse, N for neutral, and D for drive. You might also see settings like M, 2, or 1, but those aren't needed for standard driving. If you're heading through mountain roads or towing extra weight, press the tow haul button located on the side of your gear shifter. It helps manage your speed and reduces strain on your brakes, giving you more control on hills and descents. The parking brake in this Class B isn't a traditional handbrake, it's an electronic parking brake. You can turn it on or off using the small switch near the lower left side of the steering wheel. To engage the brake, pull up on the switch. To release it, push down, but make sure your foot is on the brake pedal before doing so. You'll need to access the engine from time to time, whether it's to check your fluids or during a vehicle inspection. The hood latch is located just below the dashboard on the driver's side. Your essential driving controls, headlights, turn signals, windshield wipers, and washer functions are all located on the column or dashboard, just like in most standard vehicles. This RV uses a push-to-start system located just to the right of the steering wheel. To start the engine, make sure your foot is on the brake and the key fob is inside the front cab. Then press the button once to turn it on, and again to turn it off when you're done. Take a moment to look at the height sticker on the windshield. This tells you exactly how tall your RV is. Always check posted height limits at tunnels, bridges, or drive-thrus to make sure you'll clear them. Let's go over the important paperwork stored in your glove compartment. We recommend taking a moment to review what's inside before your trip. Knowing where everything is can save valuable time if you ever need it. In the front cab, you'll find USB ports and a 12-volt outlet for powering your devices on the go. There's also a built-in wireless charging pad, perfect for keeping your phone charged while you drive. Just make sure your device is compatible and case-free for the best connection. Your RV is equipped with split side mirrors, with upper and lower glass to give you a wider field of view. To adjust them, use the joystick-style control located on the driver's door. First, select the left or right mirror by turning the dial. Then, move the joystick to adjust the mirror glass. Both the upper and lower sections can be repositioned to suit your driving needs. Both front seats in this Class B RV can swivel to face the living area, giving you more usable space when parked. To rotate the seat, locate the swivel lever, typically found on the side or front corner of the seat base. Pull the lever to unlock the seat, then rotate it slowly. You may need to adjust the seat's position forward or backward to clear the dash or door. Once you've turned it to the desired angle, release the lever to lock it back into place. Let's take a moment to walk through how to check your engine oil, a quick but important part of keeping your trip running smoothly. Start by opening the hood using the latch located below the driver's side dashboard, the same one we referenced earlier. Inside the engine compartment, locate the round yellow dipstick. This is for checking oil levels. You may also see a second rectangular dipstick nearby, which is for transmission fluid. You won't need to check that during your trip. For the most accurate reading, make sure the RV is parked on level ground, turn off the engine, and wait at least 5 minutes to let the oil settle. Then, pull out the dipstick, wipe it clean, reinsert it fully, remove it again, and check the level. It should fall between the minimum and maximum lines. If the oil is low, remove the cap and add the recommended synthetic oil, printed directly on the cap. Add slowly and avoid overfilling. If you do need to purchase oil during your trip, save the receipt. We'll reimburse you when you return the RV. While you're under the hood, it's a great time to check your coolant and windshield washer fluid levels. Start with the coolant. You'll see a translucent reservoir with a clear, full line marked on the side. The fluid should be at or near that line. If it's low, only top it off when the engine is completely cool. Once filled, tighten the cap securely. Next, locate the windshield washer fluid reservoir. It usually doesn't have a level indicator, so if you're unsure or getting low, go ahead and top it off. Just inside the entry door, you'll find the house battery switch. This powers most of the RV's interior systems, including the lights, fridge, and water pump. Essentially anything running off the house battery. When you're setting up for the day or night, make sure this switch is turned on. It's what keeps your lights on, water flowing, and food cold. There's also a safety step to remember. Whenever you stop to refuel, whether it's gasoline or propane, turn the house battery switch off. It's a quick precaution that helps reduce any risk while fueling. And once you're finished at the pump, just switch it back on. It's an easy detail to miss, but even easier to correct. Your fire extinguisher is mounted just inside the entry, easy to access in case of emergency. Right next to it, you'll also find a standard 120-volt power outlet. Just a quick reminder, outlets like this only work when you're plugged into shore power or have the generator running. You'll find heat vents like this one near the floor. They're where warm air flows out when the furnace is running. There are a couple more throughout the RV to help keep the space evenly heated. Just make sure these vents stay clear of bags, bedding, or gear so the warm air can circulate properly. Just past the bathroom near the floor, you'll see a GFI outlet. If a nearby outlet stops working, check here first. Press the reset button to restore power. It's a quick fix that solves most issues with GFI connected outlets. This RV is equipped with a digital control panel that gives you control over all the main systems in one place. Let's walk through how it works. You can turn the interior lights on and off with a simple tap. Each zone can be controlled individually, or you can switch everything off at once before heading out or turning in for the night. To run water from the sink, shower, or toilet when not connected to city water, make sure to turn on the water pump. If you're hooked up to a pressurized water source at your campsite, the pump isn't needed. You can easily check the levels of your fresh, gray, and black water tanks here. If your gray tank still shows a partial reading after being emptied, that's normal. It's often just residue on the sensors. As long as it's not stuck on full, you'll still get an accurate reading when it actually needs to be emptied again. The panel also allows you to start and stop the generator. Just press and release the button, the generator will start automatically after a few seconds. If you ever need to use the generator manually, please refer to the earlier instructions. You can also control the roof air conditioner from this panel. Just remember, the AC will only work if you're connected to shore power or the generator is running. It's designed to cool the RV about 15 to 20 degrees below the outside temperature, so on especially hot days, avoid setting it too low. If the unit runs too long on a low setting, it can freeze up. If that happens, turn it off for a bit to let it defrost before starting it back up again. If the control panel app ever freezes or the tablet restarts, just tap the BMPRO logo to relaunch the app and get everything back online. The solar panel on the roof provides light charging to help top off your batteries. No action needed, it works automatically. That said, it's not enough to fully recharge the system on its own. Your fridge and lights run on battery power, and a full charge will usually get you through the night. The batteries recharge when driving. About 2 hours of driving generally gives enough power for overnight use. If you're parked for the day, run the engine or generator for at least an hour in the morning and evening. While the generator's running, use it to charge devices and run things like the microwave or toaster. Remember, solar helps, but for longer dry camping trips, plan on staying at a powered campsite every few days to fully recharge. Let's take a look at your fridge and freezer, your built-in cooler for the road. For the best performance, set the temperature dial to the middle. That's the ideal setting for keeping things cool without overworking the system. Turning it to the maximum won't make it colder faster. In fact, it can do the opposite. When loading the fridge, don't overpack it. Leave space between items so air can circulate. Try to limit how often you open the fridge door. Each time it opens, cold air escapes and it takes time to recover, especially in warm weather. On the kitchen counter, you'll find a pop-up charging bar. Press the red button on top to raise it. You can plug in small appliances or charge your devices here, but keep in mind, it only works when the RV is connected to shore power or the generator is running. When you're finished, press the red button again to gently retract it back into the counter. Let's go over how to use the stovetop and microwave in your RV kitchen. The stovetop runs on propane. To light it, turn the burner knob counterclockwise to the high flame symbol. Then turn the igniter knob clockwise until the burner sparks and lights. Once it's lit, you can adjust the flame to your desired level. Now for the microwave. It only works when you have 120 volt power. That means you need to be connected to shore power or have the generator running. A quick way to tell: if the microwave display is lit up, you've got power. If using the generator, give it about 20 to 30 seconds after starting before the microwave will turn on. Just remember, the house batteries don't power the microwave or other 120 volt devices. For those, you'll always need a full power source. The breaker and fuse panel is located just below the bed, near the rear of the van. Open the panel to access both 12-volt fuses and 120-volt breakers. The fuses control things like lights and the water pump, while the breakers are for higher-powered systems like the microwave or outlets. If something stops working, this is the first place to check. A red LED next to a fuse means it's blown and needs replacing. For breakers, if the switch is sitting in the middle, not fully on or off, it's been tripped. To reset it, move the switch all the way off, then back to on. If you do need to replace a fuse while you're on the road, just grab a new one and save the receipt. We'll reimburse you when you return. The rear bed is easy to set up and turns your living space into a comfortable sleeping area. To set it up, pull out the bed extension from underneath the mattress and clip it securely into place on the opposite side. Once the extension is locked in, place the third mattress cushion into the middle to complete the bed. If you choose to leave the bed set up while driving, keep in mind that the extension can come unclipped. This means it might drop down when someone gets on the bed, especially after travel. So before using the bed, always double-check that the extension is securely latched on both sides for safety and comfort. Using the toilet and shower in your Class B is simple once you get the hang of it. The shower and sink will only work when you're connected to city water or when the water pump is turned on. There's a pause button on the shower head to help conserve water while you're soaping up. A great feature for off-grid camping. To switch the water from the shower to the pull-down sink, flip the silver lever just behind the toilet. Then use the tap above the sink as usual. For the toilet, use only 1 or 2-ply RV-safe toilet paper. Never flush wipes, paper towels, or anything else. Before use, press the small fill button to add water to the bowl. After use, slide the lever all the way to flush. After emptying the black tank, always add a toilet chemical packet and do another 15-second flush to keep things fresh and clean. You'll also see a light near the bottom left of the toilet. Green means good to go, red means it's full and needs to be emptied. And for added comfort, there's a light and fan switch right nearby to keep the space well lit and ventilated. This RV uses a digital thermostat to control both your furnace and your water heater. To start, press the round dial. That wakes up the display. The first blinking icon you'll see is the van symbol. That's for the furnace. Press the dial again to confirm, then turn it to set your temperature. Press once more to lock it in. The furnace runs on propane, and it'll cycle on and off automatically to maintain the temperature you set. After shutting it off, you might still hear the fan running. That's totally normal. It just needs a few minutes to cool down. To turn on the water heater, press the dial again until the icon with waves and a thermometer starts blinking. Turn the dial to select it, press to confirm, and then choose either eco heating or hot, depending on how warm you want your water. The water heater also runs on propane, and it'll take about 20 minutes to fully heat up. This RV has a small inverter, which lets you use battery power to run one 120-volt outlet. It's located inside the cabinet above the dinette. It's useful for charging things like a laptop or camera when you're not plugged into shore power or running the generator. Just remember, the inverter only powers that one outlet, and it does pull from your house batteries, so it's best to use it sparingly and turn it off when you're not using it. You'll find the smoke alarm mounted on the ceiling. Just like at home, it's there for your safety. During cooking, especially when things get steamy or smoky, the alarm might go off even if there's no fire. To help prevent that, always open a window or roof vent and turn on the roof fan while you're cooking. Just below the dinette area, you'll find the LPG and carbon monoxide alarm. It's designed to alert you to gas leaks or unsafe air quality inside the RV. It's a very sensitive sensor and can sometimes be triggered by everyday products like cleaning sprays, disinfectants, nail polish, perfumes, or even excess dust. If it does go off briefly during use, simply ventilate the area and avoid using those products near the alarm. Now, if you ever smell LPG, which has a strong, rotten egg odor, here's what to do immediately. check that all stove and oven knobs are fully turned off, turn off the house battery switch to cut power to the RV's systems, open the windows, roof vents, and entry door to let in fresh air, step outside, and close the propane tank valve to stop the gas flow. Once the RV is fully ventilated and the smell has cleared, and you've confirmed the source is off, you can carefully reset the system. But if you're ever unsure, don't take chances. Contact on-road care or emergency services right away. The dinette table is fully removable, giving you more space when needed. To take it out, just lift the tabletop straight up to disconnect it from the poles. Then, remove the table poles from the floor mounts and store all pieces securely while driving. It's a simple setup that gives you flexibility whether you're eating, working, or just clearing space. Seatbelts are available throughout the RV. You'll find them around the dinette seating and on the couch. Just like in a regular vehicle, everyone should be buckled in anytime the RV is moving. To use the seatbelt, pull it across your body and click it into the buckle. For guests traveling with a child seat, there's a secure anchor point located behind the forward-facing dinette bench. Be sure to connect the tether strap properly and double-check that it's installed according to the car seat manufacturer's instructions. The roof bed gives you extra sleeping space and is easy to set up once you arrive at camp. To raise the roof, start by unclipping the two safety buckles, then release the roof locks on both sides. Push the bed platform up until it's fully extended. You'll notice two straps hanging down. Leave them that way so you can easily pull the roof back down when it's time to close up. To climb into the bed, use the detachable roof ladder. It clips into the brackets near the passenger side, just above the sliding door. We recommend using that clip point instead of the one above the dinette on the driver's side. Next to the ladder clip, you'll find a light switch and a USB outlet, so you can charge your phone or use a reading light up top. The canvas walls around the roof bed also include zipper windows, which can be opened for airflow or closed for privacy. When it's time to close the roof, gently pull down using the hanging straps, and make sure to tuck in the canvas as you go to avoid it getting pinched or damaged in the roof mechanism. It's also important to remove pillows, blankets, or anything bulky from the bed before closing. The roof needs to fully seal. Once it's back down, lock the roof latches, reclip the safety buckles, and stow the straps. There's also a roof vent up top for extra ventilation. To open it, push in the center knob to release the handle, then gently turn the handle to open the vent. A built-in fly screen and shade can be pulled across when needed. The windows are fitted with zip-up fabric blinds for quick privacy. Just unzip when you want natural light and zip them closed in the evening or when parked. To open the windows, locate the two locking levers at the center of the sliding panel. Pinch both levers simultaneously to unlock, then slide the window open to the side. When closing, slide it all the way back and make sure it clicks securely into the locked position. Always make sure all windows are fully closed and latched before driving. And that's a wrap on your walkthrough. Your journey is just beginning. Your key tag has your vehicle number and the on-road care contact info in case you need help. And don't forget, the QR code gives you access to this video, downloadable for offline use, and the full guest guide PDF, which includes an extensive troubleshooting section. From all of us at Monte RV, thank you for choosing us. We wish you a safe and memorable adventure.